What's up, everyone? How's everyone doing? It's TA Fridays with Yasser at Crypto Nomads and myself, Coach K, and Crypto Education. We're going to be looking at the charts today and discussing what's going on. Yasser, I can see your screen right now. Are you watching us? It's awesome. Cool. So let's see who's here. All right, we got Fabian. How's it going? Kenneth, what's up, brother? Ross, Mike, what's up, brother? Femi, Neil, Harold, Clifford, Sean, Gerald. What's up, everyone? How's everyone doing? So, TA Fridays, we're going to get it in. And, yeah, you know, I'm working with Mike. I'm working with Yasser. We're getting lots of different perspectives. It's really good to have multiple viewpoints on what's going on in the market. So, you guys will see probably me do another video with Mike at some point, probably today or this evening. But yeah, we're going to give you guys multiple perspectives because I think that's really important for you. And so, yes, whenever you have a chance, throw up your charts and we can get started.
Okay, I think I've already shared it.
Yeah, I can see it.
Already?
Yep, it's all there.
I think this is our first live show together, Jen.
It is, it is.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, we're going to watch.
Where do we start? Let's start with the monthly chart. So I've got BTC USD open, got USDT, and if you can have a look at this downtrend line on the monthly, you can see very, very nicely that obviously it's been respected in terms of the monthly candles each time.
Absolutely.
Now, a couple of days ago, on Monday or Tuesday, whenever we had that massive spike, we had actually broken through this wedge triangle that we're seeing over here at the point here, which looked like a potential breakout because obviously we have now reaching the end of this wedge triangle, you know, and the fact that we had broken through this downtrend line looked like there was a bit of a breakout happening. The fact that this wick was so long and the close well, we haven't closed this month yet, but our current body of the candle is sitting below this the downtrend line indicates that we are still very bearish. There is no confirmation of a breakout as yet in terms of the monthly chart.
Okay.
Yeah, Jay.
All right.
I can't see you, so I don't know.
There's some problems. People have trouble hearing your mic, so I'm just turning you up a little bit. Hopefully we can hear and everyone can hear a little bit clearer. I'm turning it up, guys. Let me know as you guys can hear it a little bit clearer. Sorry about that. Must be in multi.
Catch that, or you want me to repeat that?
Did you guys all repeat that, or did you miss it? We're gonna just throw the microphone on a little bit louder, so hopefully you can hear. Let me know if this is okay, guys. Volume. Can you hear me? Can you hear us? Yes or no? Let me know. Is it too loud?
Must I repeat that?
Oh, they hear us both. Okay, so good. Yeah, we're working on that audio, guys. It's hard when we have live feeds, but we're working on that, and it's hard to hear him. Okay, let me put the speaker a little bit closer, and go ahead, yes. Let me see if we can get that figured out.
Can you hear me, guys?
Can you guys hear now?
Is that better?
Bugs flying around. It's driving me crazy. All right.
Are we good?
I think yeah. Everyone says you can hear much better. Okay, so yeah, do your thing. We're gonna definitely work on that.
Repeat the monthly chart.
Yeah, maybe repeat that quickly just so that everyone can hear because they couldn't hear you before.
Yeah, 100%, no problem. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Give me a sec. Okay, so basically, I was just saying that over here. Let me just open it up a little bit. Give me a sec. So this entire time, since pretty much the beginning of this year, this downtrend line on this wedge had been respected multiple times. At the beginning of the week, we had this breakout at the end of this wedge, which looked like we were breaking out, of this wedge triangle, which looked quite bullish, obviously when it was in the green. Now, the fact that it's already come back down, and this current, or the body of this candle is currently sitting below this downtrend line, it's safe to say that we're still pretty bearish. Had we closed, or not closed because the month hasn't ended yet, but if we were still trading above this downtrend line, which was sitting in and around that 6.7, 6.8, 6.9 level, then I would still be pretty 50-50. But the fact that the body of the candle is currently sitting so way below the wick of the candle, it's still looking pretty bearish to me. And we may even end up closing on a doji candle, which almost has no body. But that being said, there is no confirmation of us breaking this trend just yet, and looking at a breakout in terms of the monthly chart. All right. Then we move over to the daily. There we go. So here we had this massive Tether scandal breakout, and according to this move over here, this could be considered accumulation, even though it is sort of sideways, sort of consolidation movement, if you will. But that being said, if we plot our chart from the last high to the last low, we can see that on multiple occasions, as I mentioned in the past, if the price breaks through the 78.6 zone, you can almost expect the next target to be 127.2. That is always the case with Fibonacci. That is precisely what happened over here. We broke through the 78.6 at $7,150, and the next target was then 7785, which is exactly what it hit, touched, and then retracted all the way back down. The fact that it did not stay above this zone over here, and only in the last day or two had we started breaking through this support zone over here, makes me feel like we're a little bit more bearish for the short term in terms of our next couple moves. We would need to see support. Just give me a second to put it the other way around. We would need to see support at the 78.6 as we're seeing over here in order to continue this trend. But the fact that now we've tested it now for the second day, or is giving me more reason that there's more pressure sitting on this price point, and very likely for us to break through this support zone over here. Bearing in mind once again that if we break 78.6, we will very likely come down to 127.2, which is 5,800, and then happens to sit almost in line with our 5,800, 5,900 support zone.
Right.
All right. I just want to pull this back so you guys can see the pricing if anyone wants to take down notes in terms of this pricing over here. Give me a sec. There we go. One minute. Okay. Not really higher. Sorry. Yeah. So the price is around 6,578. So as long as we stay above this price over here, we can assume that we are almost going to come back up. But if we break through this support over here, we're very likely coming down to that 5.8 zone. And you just got to keep those two prices in mind. Using Fibonacci with our support horizontal lines. So we've plotted one over here. We've got a $6,240. We've got a 6,150 roughly, and then we've got this 5.8. So we need to focus on these three support levels. Consider this as S1, S2, and S3. And in terms of getting back into the market, once you sell out at the 78.6, we need to start looking at buying back in at different increments, so almost ladder buying, if you will. So at this point here, I would consider 25% over here, 25% over here, and then the balance of 50%. Obviously, taking you back into the market at 100% all in. That way, if the market breaks over here, you're back in 100%. If this price does not hold, we're very likely to come back down to this 4.9 level that everyone's waiting for, and we sell. You sell 100% of your holdings, and you buy back in for $1. And that's that.
Definitely.
All right. Are there any questions from your side? From your side. Okay.
No, I think that we're definitely going to come on a downtrend, and we're going to test 6,000 again before we move any further up, in my opinion. Just from what I've been looking at and seeing myself.
The fact that this was almost a fake breakout kind of removes a lot of confidence in the market. That's the first thing. And the second thing is the fact that we've already broken this first part of the support zone, which was sitting in and around that 6.7. I made mention in a post last week to one of the guys, and I mentioned that 6.7 was the current support zone, and had we broke that, we were looking at 6.5. If there was a confirmation of the break at the zone of around 6.5, then you can almost be certain that you can sell.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we were looking at in terms of BTC. Are there any other coins you want me to look at?
Yeah, I just asked everyone that. I'm waiting for someone to tell me. You guys have any coins that you would like TA on? I personally would like to know what you think of ETH, because I think ETH is still going to drop to 195. Just from my own TA, what are you thinking?
Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the monthly first.
So any of you guys watching on YouTube or on Facebook, there's a coin that you want to know, or a token, or you want XRP, we can do XRP, yeah. So yeah, we can do XRP, we'll do some ETH. A couple people want XRP. So yeah, we'll look at XRP next, guys, and then Cardano is another one, and VeChain. So a couple, absolutely. All right, so let's look at ETH.
The monthly chart, there's not a hell of a lot of data.
No.
But essentially, we can still very well see that according to our monthly candles, there are no green candles, indicating that there's no price points that have closed on the monthly higher than the previous candles, indicating that we are still bearish.
Yeah.
In this case, we've got our bottom sitting in at around 140. Obviously, I'll zoom into that when I move over to the daily. But as it stands, we're still very, very bearish. I mean, even though we've touched the bottom of this channel. When we move over to the daily, so we can get a better indication of pricing. Okay, let's remove this. And that was so this was our recent downtrend line.
Yeah.
We had broken through that downtrend line at this point over here, as we can see. And we are simply just trying to trade sideways at the moment. You can see that this channel from here to here is literally just trading sideways. So this could almost be considered an accumulation to some degree. But again, I still feel that Ethereum is still very much coupled to the BTC market. And once that moves, we will then know which direction that may go. At the moment, we're kind of just playing ping pong between these levels. And so should we come back down, we've seen three candles, or three red candles rather over here. And if we plot our Fibonacci from this low over here to this high, let's have a look at the 78.6. So we're currently sitting at the 78.6, which is around $201. Should we break through that, we're looking at 78.173. And then that does sit in around the previous support zone. So we're currently sitting at the 78.6, which is around 5. So that's still pretty much intact. So the guys will have to wait for a confirmation of a break below this 201 level, call it $200. If there's a break below $200 on Ethereum, you could look at getting out of the market and buying back in at two levels. The first level at 100%, which would be 100% retracement, if you will. And of course the balance then at this second support zone of 175.
Right.
And that's where Ethereum.
Cool. So you, I've been thinking that we're going to hit, I mean, I have my buy orders at 200, 195, and 190. I mean, I even think maybe that's too high for some of, for my lowest low, but that's where I'm feeling comfortable with it. What do you think about that? Do you think those are good numbers to have, or am I being too greedy? I don't know.
What in terms of setting your buy orders at 200?
Yeah.
It's very risky.
Yeah.
It's very risky because this literally is the border zone. This will either have a sharp breakout or a complete drop. So I wouldn't be setting any buy orders at this point of it, to be honest with you. I would wait for a confirmation of a market move, whether we're going to bounce off the 78.6 or break through. Because I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, even if there is a short bounce over here and the rest of the market is bearish, we may come back up to the 210 mark, and try and test that 78.6 again, and then you're kind of risking, your portfolio for $10. It's not something that I would recommend. For me, I try and look for the bigger plays, like 200 to 175. That for me is a bigger margin. It might take a couple of days, for that to play through. But I'd rather play safer trades then try and catch these incremental moves along the way.
Sounds good. So a lot of people are looking at a couple Digibytes, a couple for I think XRP, Digibyte are the main two that people are asking for.
So let's do XRP. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's remove this to see where we are. Okay. I want to just bring a different perspective to you. 1 month. From the daily. We don't need the 1 month. I had an Elliott wave analysis on this. As I said, I'm not an Elliott wave trader per se, but it's just such a nice setup to try and do a count. So if this is, let me just plot this for you. Give me a sec, guys. Where is this Elliott wave? There it is. Okay, so this could be considered wave 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Not wave 1, 2, 3, 4 to the zone over here that we saw that massive pump, and ultimately wave 5 needs to close below wave 3, so we were looking at around this mark over here. What happened? Oh, there we go. Okay. So we were looking at around this mark over here. So this would make perfect sense in terms of Elliott wave. Now, if we had to compare XRP to Bitcoin, we can almost confirm that there's some sort of decoupling happening. So we would try and need to look at this as an analysis away from the general crypto market based on what's been happening in the last couple of weeks. I mean, there's been days where XRP has been well in the green and the rest of the market is 100% red, or XRP is red and the rest of the market is green. So it looks like there's some sort of decoupling happening in the market as we speak. But all right. Let's look at our price points in terms of moving forward now. I just want to delete this. Let's delete that. Let's pull out our fib. Okay, so we can pull our last low to this massive high, and again we bounced off the 78.6 level over here. But bearing in mind that there was a move before that, so we can ultimately look at this now as well. Let's move. We pull that down. And again, that 78.6 with that breakout, we can confirm that 127.2 theory with regard to the 78.6 targeting 127.2 is again intact. You can see that very clearly over here. If we plot it the other way around, from this point to this point, you can see that we found a resistance at the 61.8, indicating that this was indeed a retracement and not a reversal in terms of this move over here. So the fact that we touched that 61.8 up here, we retraced, or retracted in terms of the candle, almost, what is that? I can't really see that. That's about 6 cents below the high. So the fact that we were touching the 61.8 and we retracted, the fact that we came up to that 50 cent or 50% mark, which happens to be 50 cents, and got rejected, and now we're sitting at this 38.6. So these 3 candles, or these last 4 candles rather, have been closing lower and lower and lower and lower, indicating that we very, very may well come back down. So if that is the case, and this is our current high, and we assume that we're not going to have a bounce off this level, we can plot this from here to here, and we can see that our 78.6 major support sits in around 41 cents, roughly. So that's where I would place my first buy. I would look at maybe a 50% buy over here, maybe 25 over here, and then 25 over here. And that would be sort of my strategy to try and get back in the market with XRP. And that's it.
Cool. That sounds good.
What was the other one?
The other one, there's a couple. I mean, I might do another show tonight, so if people are watching, so don't take all your time, Yasser. Maybe Digibyte. There's been
I can't hear you very well, bro.
Digibyte and ADA seem to be the next 2 biggest, and then VChain is another one. But yeah, those are the ones that have been voted on the most. Digibyte and ADA.
Digibyte, Tether. Is that fine? Did you buy Tether or did you buy BTC? What do they prefer?
Didn't say, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Bro, you're a little bit fainted in terms of the sound on my side.
Oh, really? It's probably because I'm angling the speaker more towards you, so that they can
you're
hear
leaning
you.
back with your hands behind your head.
Yeah. I'm for some reason my input device that I normally use it's not catching both of our mics on like normally, so it's like catching my mic through the speaker. So unfortunately, we'll fix that for next time.
So okay. So DigiByte USDT, you can see very nicely over here that this has been 100% sideways movement and has been since September. In terms of our current move, so let's just establish the top and the bottom here. So we've got the top, and we've got two bottoms. We've got the first bottom, and we've then got the second bottom, which sits in around here. And then, of course, we've got this last one at the bottom here as well, but we're not going to consider that one for now. So we can see that already one green candle has been trying to find support at this zone of the, it sits in at around 2.3 cents. So that being said, you can see that the formation of this candle itself, if I could just make this a bit bigger, the body of the candle is sitting really, really well below the high. And that's usually a very, very bearish sign. Over and above the fact that it may be a doji candle as well. So this support zone over here is not very likely to hold and will very likely come back down to this level over here, which sits in at around 2.1, 2.2 cents. Mm-hmm. If I plot the Fibonacci tool from here to here, we're looking at 2.3 cents as our first target for support, mm-hmm. which sits in line with this previous move over here in terms of support, but we've got the 100% and then we've got that 127.2, which exactly sits in line with the bottom of this wick over here. So if the 78.6 does not hold over here, we can expect this thing to come back down to around 2 cents. That being said, in terms of this Fibonacci analysis, I would first look at this zone over here as a major support, as we can see that this was the last support zone. Mm-hmm. So if you are out of the market and you're looking to get back in, I would look at this level over here first, which is 2.2, and then you're looking at about 2 cents. So look at a 50-50 buyback in, and that's it. But I mean, we are still trading in between this channel. We can see that every time it touches the top, it comes back down, to the previous support. Here it's touched the top, and now it looks like it's coming back down to this previous support that sits in over here. So look at this level over here as your main sort of target. And that's it for DigiByte.
Yeah, and last
the other one was
88. Sorry? I guess we'll do 88 last. And I guess that should be good enough. We don't want to go for too long.
Okay.
I mean, it's almost 30 minutes, so it's a perfect time.
Already?
Yeah. 25 minutes already.
Oh. Okay.
All right, so where's 88 going? I picked up a huge bag of it at 7 cents because I just thought it's bottomed out. So let me know what you think.
Okay, so again, it looks like this coin has bottomed out. We can see that it's reached the end of this wedge quite a while back already. It's actually been pulled a little too far. It's actually over here. So we're trading between these two levels, which the top sits in at around 9 cents, and the bottom of this channel sits in at around 6.5 cents. Mm. So if it follows what the rest of the market is going to do, we're very likely going to come back down to this channel over here. Let me just remove this trend line. So we're very likely going to come back down to this channel over here, but it looks like there's another support zone at this point here. Yeah. So in terms of 88, we could almost assume based on the support zones without using Fibonacci that the first target will sit in at around 7 cents. The second target sits in at around 6.6 cents, and the bottom for this would be around 6.2, 6.3 cents. Mm-hmm. Let's just plot Fibonacci to see how that sits in line with that. Okay, so we've got the 78.6, which sits in slightly higher. So we've got it at 7.1, Fibonacci's at 7.2. So that could be your first sort of target. But if this does not hold, we are very likely aiming for the bottom of that channel, as I mentioned, which sits in line perfectly with the 127.2. And it looks like this coin would come down to, the region of around 6.5 cents. So that would be your target on ADA, and that's it.
Any other questions here? What time are we getting the news video? Clifford, I'll be out in about 8 hours from now or so. So if you guys are watching, looking for news later, other than TA, you'll get it then. So yeah, that's a good question. Any other questions about crypto? It's been about 26 and a half minutes. So
okay, that's good. That's nice to me.
Someone asked for
Jay, if any of the guys are out in Belgium and they want to do any crypto meetups, that'll be really cool. Maastricht, anywhere in Belgium, just let me know.
You guys heard him. If you're in Belgium, hit him up. He's there. You guys can go do some crypto meetups and stuff like that. So yeah, hit Yasser up. You know where to find him. Crypto Nomads. And it's good TA Fridays for everyone. And what do you think over the weekend? Just before we TA time for VET. Do you have any time for VeChain quickly?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah,
is that USD or?
I think USD. It doesn't really matter. I think they want to know the direction of.
I don't think we can do USD because there's not a hell of a lot of data on this.
Nope, not enough data.
It's that one. Let's see USDT. Yeah, that's a bit better. Okay. Let's see what we can do there actually. Okay, so let's plot our downtrend line. Let's see if there's a trend happening here already. Okay, so there's that downtrend line. The bottom sits in around there. That's worst case scenario. I don't think it could go that way. So this could be the bottom. Let's plot a horizontal as well. We've got two support lines. We've got here, and our second one sits in over here. Okay, perfect. So we can see that we're trading between a channel within this wedge triangle over here, which is below the previous consolidation level, which was sitting just above, 1 cent, 1.2 cents.
Yeah.
And currently we're trading between these two levels over here. As it looks at the moment, we've hit the top of this channel. We actually went above slightly, but the candle closed below. That was very likely the same day that we saw that USDT scandal. So based on this information over here, or this data over here, we can expect this coin to come back down to around 1 cent. So that would be the main target. I mean, anything below that would be all the way down to the bottom over here. But that's obviously quite a massive drop.
Yeah.
That I would assume would be equivalent to the $4,900 level mark on Bitcoin. So if you are looking to get back into the market and you are fit and you want to buy this coin, I would look at this level over here as your main target, which sits in at around 1 cent. So just put your order slightly higher, just to make sure that your order gets full. If we plot Fibonacci to try and get a zone of confidence, we can look from there to there. Let's enlarge that a bit. So it's currently sitting at that 78.6.
Yeah.
If this breaks through, it's coming down to that 1 cent mark, as I mentioned. So that should ultimately be your target, roughly 1 cent to get back in to VET.
1 cent it is. All right, so cool. VeChain. So yeah, TA Fridays, guys. We'll be doing them. Me, Yasser, Mike. We'll all be doing this kind of stuff for you guys. Obviously, we're doing it to educate you and hopefully give you guys some perspective on the market. Because it's good to know what's happening and where we're going. And I think that, it's good for you guys to educate yourselves on how to use some of these tools like Fibonacci.
Absolutely.
And so it's something that you can, do with help from some of us, or you can just go on YouTube and, watch some videos and get some basic knowledge on what the indicators do. And yeah, we'll talk.
Jay, that's a very good point, bro. I just want to extend on that by saying that the guys need to start to understand TA from their own perspective in terms of trying to plot charts for themselves, using whatever tools they feel works best for them. Start at the basics, start with trying to understand how candles work, so on and so forth, because ultimately these third-party analysis, is ultimately still third party. So you would need to use this data or use this analysis from Mike, from myself, from YouTube, from wherever it is that you watch, to try and use it as a comparative tool to your analysis, bearing in mind that every trader is different budgets, different risk-reward ratios, so on and so forth. So, we are professional traders, but at the end of the day, we do all have our own sort of perspectives on the market, and I would feel more comfortable if you guys started, trying to plot your own charts as well and use our charts for a comparative analysis rather.
Absolutely. Any recommendations for who to watch on YouTube?
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's a couple guys. So Crypto Cred is pretty good.
Crypto Cred? So
there's Crypto Cred. There's Node Investor. He's pretty good as well. His TA is almost exactly on point with mine. We're very, very similar. And then there's Tone Vase, which I'm sure most people know of already. He's pretty cool as well. He's got a different outlook, but ultimately he's also still very bearish in the market. So, I mean, those three are pretty cool to watch. There's also Don Alt, and he's on Twitter. So check him out as well.
Okay.
I hope I get kickbacks from all these guys.
Yeah, they're gonna start giving you some royalties, man. But yeah, that's pretty cool, man. So thanks a lot for doing this again, and we'll fix the microphone issues for all you guys that had issues hearing anything. Just got to figure out, because I usually use a Mac and it's a PC, and apparently I need something on the PC that I have on my Mac. So hey, technology, right?
Just one last thing. The guys must wait for that 6.5 on BTC. If 6.5 on BTC does not hold, it is coming down.
Yeah.
So just make sure you watch that level, and the market will probably follow through. Absolutely. In terms of the rest of the points. So
I've been telling people to tether up I haven't been telling people to tether up. I've been telling people I've tethered up pretty much everything. Other than my hodl pot, and even my hodl pot, I've been selling some of them to USDT and rebuying because it's great accumulation when the market dumps. So it's another thing for people to think. This whole thing hodl, guys, it screws you over long term if you do it the wrong way. So
absolutely. So
don't hodl, okay? When you know the market's going to come, people tell you it's going to drop. It's not a bad thing. It's something you need to get your mindset around. It's not a bad thing to sell all your coins to USDT, even if they're your hodl coins. Okay, this is not financial advice. It's just something that you can do. It's possible, and you won't be crying about it. It's possible to sell your stuff to USDT and rebuy it if it does dump. In worst case, you lose a little bit of accumulation if it doesn't. But risk assessment, right? If you guys seen every time people told you to dump, that where there's dump coming and you did this, think about how much more accumulation of coins you would have had by this point for the last 10 months.
I don't know about Tether at this moment, but I mean, if they have a fiat pairing, I would feel safer. If the guys moved into fiat or even true USD for now, or even Gemini dollar. There's just way too much volatility in terms of Tether, and it's supposed to be a stable coin.
Yeah, I mean, the last time, actually, real funny for you to mention, the last time USDT hit that rate, it was right before the bull run we had last year. It was 90 cents. It went down to 90 cents, Tether.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was in November 17th, 2017. It hit 90 cents, and it was like, I think it was November or October, one of the 2 days. Go check it out. You can actually check on the chart right now while you have it up. Go back to last year in November, and you'll see Tether to Bitcoin go all the way back. You'll see it, or Tether to US dollar. Just do Tether USD, and you'll see it went down to 90 cents last year. I think it was November 17th or something like that.
Yeah, I'm pulling it back. Let's have a look.
Yeah,
can you see my chart?
Yeah, I can see it. So it was sometime, you can see it there somewhere over there. Another really big, huge spike downwards.
Yeah, we're looking at December
21st.
Bang on. So 94 cents. That was roughly December 22nd.
It's December 22nd? I thought it was in November there was 90 cents too, but that's Polynex. That's why it's Polynex. Do it on
97 cents.
I think it November. I think it wasn't just do USDT. Hold on, I can't remember how I looked at it, but I did this on a video the other day, and I showed people that it hit 90 cents, and that was right before we had that. We were at $4,000 when it hit 90 cents, and then we were at like $20,000 within, I think it was 45 days later. We're at 20,000. So
yeah, if you could find that would be really cool. Or I mean, if you could find the pairing.
Yeah, is it that one right? That's when USDT went up. There was one other spike down. Don't look on Polynex though. Look on like Coinbase or something.
USDT.
Or hold on, where else do they have USDT? I think it's on Binance. Yep, look on Binance. It's on Binance. I think that's where it was.
There isn't a pairing on Binance.
USDT. Oh, not US. What was it? Is it Kraken?
Maybe
Go to Kraken.
Oh wow.
What date was that? That was August. Now go back further. I don't think Bittrex has data that far back. I swear I showed it on a stream this week. I think it was on Kraken. Yeah, on Kraken. Right there. Go back. November 17th. Right there. Yes.
Yeah, November.
Right there. That was when it happened. That was like the start of the bull run. Right there.
Yeah, you're right. So what is that? That's
17th or something, right? Or the 20th? Something along those lines.
That's an interesting analysis.
It really is. Like, it really is.
Will history repeat itself?
I don't know. And then look again, when you hit it in February of 2018, it did that. And then we had March, April, May, and then it dropped in May. So it's like every time Tether spikes down, it seems like within a few weeks, other than that first bull run, but it seems like it follows a pattern afterwards that it actually grows. You can see that.
Well, it would make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it would make sense because, I mean, obviously all those funds are coming out, causing a drop in Tether, but obviously a spike in Bitcoin. I suppose that would be the first point that everyone would look at investing into. If they're not in USDT, what are they in?
Yeah, that's true. And so it's just really interesting that you can see that physically, like from the chart. And I wonder if there will be a correlation in the history repeating itself. But
look at that.
We already can see it dumped all the way down, and then it's starting to rise back up again. So will we see history repeat?
On Kraken, it came all the way down to 85 cents.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That. It was insane. I mean, couldn't believe it. I mean, I was
for
watching
a stable coin.
Yeah, and here's the crazy part. I was in USDT. It was like $1.20, like $1.20, and then just moved all of it over to USDT because I knew it would come back up at like 94 cents. So it's just like played the game. It was really good. So,
and that would have been a fantastic arbitrage opportunity for most.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So I mean, yeah.
Anyway, all right.
Good stuff.
That's us. I think. What do you think?
That was good.
Okay.
All right.
If there are any questions that the guys have regarding, BTC or any of the other coins that we've spoken about, they're welcome to, pop it in the comment box. And that's it. So don't forget Portfolio, Crypto Consultancy, Crypto Nomads. If you guys haven't joined the group, and that's it.
Yeah, Crypto Education, Coach K. See you guys later on next TA Friday.
Thanks,
see you on Monday. Have a great weekend, everyone. I'll actually see most of you guys tonight anyway. So take it easy, everybody.
Cheers, guys.
Bye.